name is Raina Rose Exelbeard. I am the CEO, Chief Empowerment Officer of The Rose Grows. In today's video, we're going to talk about 5 mantras that I live my life by and teach teens. Number 1, it's not who you know, but who knows you. Have you ever heard, they got the job because of who they know, it's who you know? I think that that's totally false. We live in a time of social media where you could follow 1 million people online and them never know who you are. How can we make people know who we are? How can we inspire people to remember us? Number 1, ask meaningful questions. My favorite, why were you named your name? If you take the time to get to know someone else first, they're going to pay you back that same respect. And most importantly, all those small details you learn in that first conversation are what can make you a more authentic friend as you build that relationship. Number 2, don't dimmer your shimmer. There are going to be people in life who think what you do isn't so great or what you're wearing isn't so cool. But don't you dare ever let the feedback from somebody else change yourself. You should never change yourself for anybody else. When I first started my business, Chief Empowerment Officer, there were people who told me that that was silly. For the last 10 years, I've been speaking in sneakers and dresses, and I've had people tell me that that's distracting. Those people were trying to dimmer my shimmer. You need to own it. Own your choice. Own your personality. And if anybody says that you're too much, maybe you're in the wrong group of people. Number 3, even flowers need shit to grow. This is big for me. You're not only going to have positive experiences in your life. You're going to face some hardship. You may go through some negative times. And oftentimes, what we think is the end is just the beginning. Sometimes our biggest challenges ultimately inspire our biggest blessings. Had I not been bullied in college, I wouldn't have gone on to be a motivational speaker. Even flowers need shit to grow. There's always something that we can learn from each experience. Speaking of challenges, number 4, my favorite mantra. No, spelled backwards, is on. People aren't always going to tell you yes, and if there's anything that I've learned in my career is that when you get a no, sometimes it's because something even bigger and better is going to manifest itself. When you get a no, look at other things that you can do that'll bring you that same joy or may take you to that same target. You know, when I was working in the nonprofit world, it was really interesting when students would get rejected from the internship. Most of them, when they got the rejection letter, I never heard from them ever again. But through the years, there were a handful of students who, despite that rejection, built a relationship with me, earned opportunities to travel around the country, gain scholarship to college, make new connections. And that's not something that they had initially imagined when applying for the internship. So sometimes rejection is actually redirection. Don't take things personally, because many times when we're getting a no, it has nothing to do with us, but with the other person. And lastly, the mission of The Rose Grows. When one grows, we all grow. My biggest advice that I can give you is to be kind, to have meaningful conversations with others, and if you're ever in a position that you can support someone with an idea, your connections, any of your talents, supporting somebody else is not only going to lift you up energetically, but it's going to take you to your goals even faster than you ever expected. Thank you so much for listening to all the advice that I shared, and if you have any questions or tips, please reach out. You can find me at therosegrows.com. Thanks, y'all. Have a great day.